Hello, everyone. Today, we're just going to have a talk about current events and what I see happening in the next few months. So, it's going to get really spooky for the people that haven't been investing in assets. I hope you took advantage of that dip. That was the dip. There's not another dip coming. A lot of people have been upset that I've said that. A lot of people have been upset that I've said this. We experienced the dip. That was the largest sell off since the beginning of this whole scamdemic. That was the largest sell off since then. And, during that time, we saw massive fear, massive negative news, massive propaganda. It's the end. It's the end. It's the end. Everybody panic sold, made really, really bad decisions in those times. Best just say Zen, because in those moments, that's when people make really bad decisions. So they take advantage of that. They got billions of dollars to understand market psychology. They got billions of dollars to understand market psychology. As soon as the bottom hit, all of a sudden you see all the positive news change. The news will change on you. The news will change on you. So you don't follow the news. All of a sudden the news changed. All of a sudden yesterday, Russia is like, oh, Bitcoin's legal currency, like super bullish. We are going to see higher highs. We're going to see higher highs in crypto. A lot of people are upset. We called 50 cent XRP, $80 quant. Didn't get quite that low, but those were the opportunities. Now let me explain to you what the agenda is, why this is happening. Because the Fed's agenda is to basically suffocate the middle class out of existence. And it's already happening. And if you haven't been investing, if you've been spending all your money, you're going to fall behind. If you're a wage earner, you're going to fall behind. Ex-Fed insider warns of difficult few years due to inflation. So this is what he says about it's going to be a very difficult couple of years for the U.S. economy and the Federal Reserve on the cost of inflation. People are of nothing else sensitive to high inflation. They know what it's doing to them. They know they're losing ground across the board. You go to the grocery store, you see the inflation, and that is what people are paying attention to. So for anyone that hasn't woken up yet, if you aren't pissed at the conditions of the world yet, you will be pissed when your money is messed with. There's one thing you do not mess with is someone's money. If you mess with someone's money, all of a sudden we have a bunch more pissed off people that are going to be demanding changes. There's a lot of information here on the benefit. On the benefit, there's always benefits. So people that have been investing in assets, assets go up. Assets go up. So this guy's been saying stock market, housing, real estate, prices will go up. So the rich will keep getting richer because they control the market, they control the media, they scare you out. And then guess what? You're going to come back in and buy at higher prices. You're going to come in and buy at higher prices. And then it's most people, they basically what I've been trying to share with the people that are part of like my Discord and everything is we just been observing. So for example, we talked about Juno for months. Nobody wanted to buy Juno until it was up 300%. Then everybody starts running asking how to buy it. So, that's basically what the Fed knows. They know that nobody's going to buy at the bottom. So that's why they scare you. Rising costs and inflation are reshaping fast food, forcing chains to cut portion size, eliminate deals, and hide the value menu. I haven't been to fast food in so long. Is there even a dollar menu anymore? Remember back when there was a dollar menu? College tuition fees going up. And guess who they're going to blame for the inflation, guys? Guess who they're going to blame for the inflation? You're going to hear it here first. Those damn truckers messed up the supply chains. So now we have inflation. They're going to blame the truckers. Cost of college tuition expected to rise due to inflation. We have all the signs. You don't need to read the news. The best guide as an investor is to go out into the real world, see what's happening. You don't need someone to tell you that inflation's coming. You know it. You know that your dollar is becoming less and less valuable, and um, LA minimum, their wage has to increase, but the wage is not going to be able to increase with the speed of a tsunami wave of inflation. What I'm trying to teach you guys. Most small businesses since 1974 are raising prices due to inflation. This is getting spooky, guys. Our assets go up. We got our money tree set up. We're shaded under our money trees that are bringing in income into our lives. We got, part-time things. I'm working on putting together something for you guys. I bought a dealership for a solar license. So anybody that wants to basically sell solar, they'll be able to do that under this company that I'm starting. It's going to be in the southwest of Las Vegas. But people are going to need, also, if you look up credit cards. So credit cards are like record highs because the middle class is trying to live the same lifestyle that they used to live. So the middle class is trying to live that same lifestyle that they lived, back when we had a booming economy. So people are really maxing out their credit cards right now, which is also a sign, when the credit card gets maxed out, plus inflation comes, it's going to be harder and harder to pay off those debts. So they're trapping people. There are even narratives basically going on telling people max out your credit card, your debt will be eliminated by this date because the Federal Reserve's getting shut down, the IRS is getting shut down. Max out your credit cards. Many people did. That was, I believe, a trap by the bankers because now they issued you all that debt. They control you. They're the sinister agenda by the bankers. Are there people working on alternatives? Hell yeah. There's other things happening that are good, that are fighting back. Physics, there's always a yin and a yang. For every force, there's an opposite force. But we have to understand what the agenda is. The central banks are a powerful force, and most people are totally asleep to it. But they will wake up. They will ask for solutions. You guys have been in the dojo. You guys have been training. You understand the game, and you can go out there and teach other people. You could teach other people. All this news, even all this inflation, all this stuff, it's just a narrative. We don't have to be plugged into their matrix. We could choose to exit and create our own economy. We just did that with Juno. We're going to do that with all these other decentralized assets. I talk about this all the time. Central bank digital currencies. They issued those currencies. I'm going to put a documentary below on credit cards and how sinister these credit card people, how evil they are. They have no shame in ruining your life, these credit card companies. Now these same people want to control your money. They want to issue central bank digital currencies with complete control, digital control. That's why it's so important to teach decentral, the central bank digital currencies, and then there's decentral assets. Decentral assets, you could read the white paper, you could find something, a community that you want to get behind. I recommend finding a deflationary asset to complement this inflationary world that we're going into. So find a deflationary, decentral asset. Language is a beautiful thing. You can learn a lot about the world by paying attention to language. Central, decentral. They're opposites. Inflationary, deflationary assets. What's deflationary? Things that get burnt, things that become less and less over time. Also, something that's a hard asset, like what the Federal Reserve guy was saying. Why do you think BlackRock has $10 trillion of homes on? I heard in Las Vegas about almost half of the properties here are all owned now by, basically, they're all rental houses. So less and less people are owners, more and more people are renters, and those numbers are going to keep shrinking and shrinking until we own nothing. and we're happy in the metaverse, owning nothing. We have to defeat this timeline by teaching people about deflationary assets, about becoming owners, owning land, owning things, not going into debt to these people, etc. So spooky times, educate people, educate people. People will be asking questions. Here's another big sign, another propaganda is you're also seeing they're doing their best to help people wake up to alternatives. And you're wondering the potential dangers of central bank digital currencies in Canada. The government is now blocking the bank accounts of organizers of peaceful protesters from sending funds to other protesters. Crypto is about more than making a quick buck. Yeah, it's making more than a quick buck, and that's what people need to realize. Like, people are like begging on their knees for the SEC case to be over with. It's like, I don't ever cover the SEC case because the SEC has no authority over me. Remember, I'm sovereign, so I don't ever bring up the SEC case because most people, if the SEC does declare XRP security, will stop using XRP Ledger. I will use it 10 times more if it does because it's going to be so much more badass. Like most people aren't like that. They're bandwagon fans. They only like things when times are good. So yeah, why are we getting on our knees begging for the SEC to give us clarity? I understand for the corporate and all that type of stuff, like it's necessary, the legal side of it, but us as like, we want to be decentral, we want to be out off the grid. Zum is definitely, they can't do this to our Zum account. So the faster people realize, that they could start setting up Zum accounts and sending crypto or whatever they want to do back and forth. Like, why are you still using their GoFundMe? Like, we're still doing the same old mistakes. Let's switch over to the decentralized economy, create our own economy, and choose deflationary assets, decentral assets, instead of inflationary dollars and scary, spooky central bank digital currencies. I went all over the place. I just wanted to have a talk. That's all I have for you guys. Everybody, peace.